Someone asked, why do I feel so disappointed in my husband? And you could write into the Marriage Foundation. It's a free service. You could write into one of our counselors. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. We're nonprofit and we're here to serve you. So this particular topic is pretty telling, and it's very important. We're going to get into this in a way. I want to turn this around a little bit for you. Why am I so disappointed in my husband? Now, just in asking that question, you already have a sense that there's something wrong with how you're seeing your husband. Because you didn't say, my husband did this, he did that, and so I'm very disappointed in him. No. You're recognizing that you're disappointed in your husband, but that's not really what's going on. Here's the big problem, big picture, is we grow up without any true information about relationships and marriage. And we're not taught this by the people who should be teaching us this. And it's not their fault because they themselves do not know. Society has been evolving very quickly with technology, and it's been trying to evolve with human interaction, but it's weird. We don't have the basics down. And in marriage, it's very important to have the basics down. So we don't learn about important things like watching and controlling our own mind with an awareness that what we tell our mind to do, it must do. It's the definition of free will, the real definition of free will. Rather than just skating through life, being born, living, eating, propagating, retiring, and then dying. That's no fun. You know, there's a very real thing called midlife crisis. And it's a time when people, all of a sudden, they're taking a look at their life and they're going, wait a minute, have I wasted my entire life? And then they do stupid things so they show they didn't waste them. What's really going on is we as human beings are supposed to progress. And maybe at this point you're asking, well, what does this have to do with my husband disappointing you? It's not your husband that's disappointing you. What's happening is you're disappointed because you're not feeling fulfilled. And your mind, which either works for you or works against you, is telling you always that it's not your fault. That's what minds do. They always tell us it's not our fault. Because it's moved by the biological drive to survive. It's all about self-preservation. And so it can't be your fault. You have to train yourself to go, well, wait a minute, what's really going on here? And what is really going on here is this. You got married in order to be happier every single day of your life. You got married in order to experience unconditional love, ever-expanding love. And those things are not happening. And you might be thinking, yeah, he's not doing this for me. But that would be a mistake to say that. Because you have to ask yourself, what have you done proactively to infuse more happiness and more love into your marriage? And the answer is nothing. You've been living day to day. If you were not living day to day, this question could never come up. There'd be no disappointment, because part of the being on the right path in marriage is to take everything as a personal challenge. Not personal blame, which is one of the stupidest concepts that these marriage counselors have, of blaming him for this and her for that, and let's compromise. It's all nonsense. Because it assumes that if everything is just going on as normal, then everything is fine. And that's not true. Marriage requires, as an individual, for you to be infusing into it love and happiness, which means watching your mind, which means watching your thoughts, your emotions, changing yourself by changing those thoughts, those emotions, those inner reactions. So there's much you can learn about marriage just by subscribing to this channel, but frankly, it's not enough for you. If you're reaching this awareness, this point of awareness, it's time for you to become more active. Now, our course for women is primarily a self-help course. Sure, it helps your marriage better than any other marriage, anything that's out there. But it's focused primarily on you learning how to control your mind. You could read one of my books too, that helps. But I want you to be convinced that this is not about your husband. And your mind is going to lie to you and tell you that it is, but it's not. So I can't solve this in a video, but hopefully I'm getting you on the right way of thinking about this, because that's very important. And we're here to help you. Don't just subscribe to the channel, but leave a comment if you have a question. I answer those personally. If you'd like to write into the counselors again, it is a free service. We're a nonprofit. So blessings to you. Remember, think in terms of it's my mind. I have to control it. I have to use it to infuse love and happiness into the marriage. Love and happiness. What could be wrong with that? All right. Thank you. God bless. Take care.